Hello students. Today in our video class we will discuss about the directory and its directory structure. So we know file contains the real information and directory contains several files, and these directories are stored in hard disk. So in case of storage device, secondary storage device, the device is partitioned into a number of parts or portions, and each portion is termed as sometimes it is termed as directories. So today we will discuss about the directory structure and how logically these structures are arranged, are used to store information or store data, and how they will be extracted, and all logical phenomena we will discuss in today's video. So this is directory and its structure. Directory and its structure. As I told you that main disk, or that is called a mini disk, or you can call mini disk, is partitioned into several portions. Okay, enter the storage device. It is partitioned to several parts, and each logical space of the storage device is termed as directory. So mini disk contains several collections of directories. Okay, and these directories are the collections of several files. Okay, these directories are collections of several files, and each file contains real, the collections of contains real information or data or value. Okay, and each file is identified by its name. Each file is identified by its name, attribute. Already we have discussed name, attributes, size, etc. Okay, so these directories contains several files, and the files having name, attribute, and the size and date. Okay, everything, all the things, and these data or real values are stored in a specific file. This file is nothing but it is the logical name of some memory space. Again, this memory space is collected to form another logical name, another memory space in your disk. That is not an entire disk, that is a part of the disk or portion of the disk. That is the directory. Okay, and the mini disk normally the collections of directories. Okay, mini disk contains collections of directories. Several directories are collected that is stored in the mini disk or in the hard disk. Okay, so and this is the logical architecture of the directory. Okay, so basically directory it is a symbolic table of files. So this directory is nothing but it is a symbolic table. It is the symbolic table of files. It is the symbolic tables of files. These files contains information, and several files are contained in a directory. Okay, several files are contained in a directory. Okay, so directory, why we have created this directory? Because this directory is used to store data, to store different files. These directories are used to store several files, and these files are in a tab. These files are used to collect, to store your information. So this directory structure, it provides a mechanism for organizing many files. Okay, so that means it is a mechanism. This is directory structure. You can call directory structure. Provides a mechanism to organize these files in file system. So we are learning about the operating systems file concept, or this is a unit 2, that is the operating systems file structure. So in file structure, in file concept, there is some directory concept is coming, and this directory is a symbolical table that contains by several files. So it is symbolic table of containing several files, and this directory structure, it provides a mechanism. It provides a mechanism to organize these files. So these files are stored symbolically in a tabular, in a table. Again, this file is the space or portion of the directory. Again called this directory is the portion of the disk or mini disk. This directory is the portion of mini disk, and this directory contains several files. Okay, you can call it directory is the portion of disk, the portion of disk, and again directory the collections of several files. Okay, and basically we are creating this file to organize these files in file system of operating system. Okay, so this file system we have in operating system. So these files are stored in a directory, and we have to manage the directory. We have to organize the directory. So there are several types of directories are also there. And okay, so basically these are the collections of several files, and there are several types of directories are there. Now we'll discuss. There are several types of directories. Several directories like your flat directory, So what is a flat directory? So the directory that contains no subdirectories, that is a flat directory. Okay, so the directory that have no subdirectories, that is the flat directory. Another directory, you may have a root directory. So this root directory contains all the system files. Okay, the root directory contains all system files. That is the root directory. Okay, so this is the root. So this root directory cannot be the subdirectory of another directory. It cannot be the subdirectory. The directory which cannot be the subdirectory, that is the root directory. Okay, it contains all system files. Normally it is used to store all system files. Another one is subdirectories. So just I have written here the mini disk or hard or disk contains several portions of the storage space. So each portion is termed as subdirectories. Okay, several portions. Each portion is known as the subdirectories. Okay, it is a portion of the disk. This is the subdirectory. So flat directories root directory, subdirectories, and a collection of several files. Directory is also collections of several files as well as subdirectories. So directory contains subdirectories and the files. Okay, and each file is a logical name, and it contains the real data or items or information, and it has some attributes, name, all the things already we have discussed. So when hierarchical directories, in case of directory, and hierarchical directories, when hierarchical directory structures are used, that is the collections of directories. So these collections of directories is nothing but the subdirectories. Okay, the subdirectories that entity defines the totality of the system files. Okay, so this is all about the directory, the symbolical table, structure of directory, mechanism, organizing, and all the things. Okay, so the file system of computer can be executive process due to this directories. Under the file system is contained by this directories. Means a directory contains real file. In the file system, these files are stored in a directory, and these directory are stored in the disk. So entire file system, if you consider, that is the collections of files and directory or subdirectory. So this file system can be stored millions of this file system contains millions of directories also. The disk has to manage all the data as we need in a organized way. So really data are stored in a file in an organized way, and these files are stored in directories, and the entire several directories are stored in the disk. Okay, so the organization has two parts. This organization has two parts. One is your mini directory. One is your mini disk. One is your mini disk. Another one is your directory. So if you consider the organizing, file organization, there are two parts, two important parts of file organization in operating system. Two important parts. One is your mini disk, another directory. Okay, so these directories are the portion. These directory are the portions of the disk. Portion of mini disk. Okay, so entire hard disk contains several mini disks, and this mini disk contains several directories. Okay, now we study about the directories. This information, all information are kept in the device directory or volume table of content, that is the directory. So this directory contains several files. Okay, and the mini disk. So mini disk, the entire disk has several portions. The entire hard disk has several portions or parts. These parts are also that is the contains the directory and files and subdirectories, that is the mini disk. And these parts are used to provide several separate areas with one disk. Okay, and these portions are function with a logical directories file structure and a physical allocating space for it. Okay, so it has a physical allocating space and logical file structure. So this mini disk, again we will discuss in a mini disk. In a mini disk, we will discuss a logical directories file structure. Logical directory file structure and physical space allocation. Okay, and the physical space allocation, memory space, physical memory space allocation. Okay. So logical file structure in the physical space allocation. So this is all about the mini disk. Okay, so this is the mini disk that contains several parts, and each part has a space allocation. That is another important concept of this mini disk. The entire disk is partitioned into several mini disks, and it has also some file structure, directory file structure. How these directories are stored in the hard disk. Okay, now let us discuss about the logical structure or logical directory file structure. Okay, now we will discuss about the logical directory file structure. So the logical structure of this directory of the system or file system means it performs all operations that can be performed on directory. So all operations, if you think the all operations, what are the operations can be performed on this logical directory file structure. Okay, what are the operations? So this directory structure has a logical logical space, physical memory space allocation, another is logical structure. Okay, so what are the important operations that we can have in this file structure? That's the logical directory file structure. So first of all, search for a file means there are several operations that can be performed in this file directory file system. There, one operation is search. Okay, searching operation means a search for a file. We can search so directory contains several files, and from this file we can search as per our need. So we can search from this directory structure. We can find the particular. We can find the particular file stored in directory. So in the directory structure, we can search a particular file. That is the searching operation, searching for a specific file. Okay, and the creation of file. We can create a new file can be created, and that can be stored in a particular directory. That is also create of a file. New file need to be created and added to the directory. A new file can be added to the directory. So we can create different files in a specific directory. Then also we can remove the deletion of file from this directory structure. Also we can remove if you feel there is no more required, that particular file also can be removed. That is the deletion of a file. Okay, whenever no longer is a file is no longer is required. Okay, then a list of directories. List of directories. That means when we need to be able to list out all files in a directory and also all the contents of directory entry for each file in the list. So normally this contains list of